I'm going to be showing you the cheapest bikepacking setup that you will ever find. This is the cheapest, most compact, most simplistic bikepacking setup that you will be able to put together yourself. All of the gear that I use has been tried and tested on bikepacking trips throughout the world. And most of this gear I have picked up secondhand, so you will be able to use this video as a guide to put together your perfect bikepacking setup. Alright, so this is my bike fully loaded, and you can see I have my tent on the back here, and on the front I have another bag, and the items in there I'm going to show you in a minute. And this is my other bag that I carry anywhere in the world that I'm traveling. This is my main bag, and then of course the black shopping bag on the front. So let me tell you a little bit about the bike first. The bike I bought secondhand from an online auction, and I picked it up for $20. I actually got two of these bikes for $40, and the reason was that they had been neglected and they were covered in rust. They had been on board a sailboat for a couple of years, and the salt water had really taken its toll. It did take a little bit of work to get the bike back into good shape so that I could take it riding on a cycle tour, but that effort was really worthwhile. You can see I got this great bike that I can fold down and put on the airplane to go on a great adventure on the other side of the world. If you're interested in how exactly I picked up the second-hand folding bike, then pause this video and go and watch this one over here. Now you guys might be wondering how I attach things to the bike. Well, it's really simple. I just use this tire tube rubber that I've tied in a loop here, and I use that to attach all my gear to the bike. Now you can attach gear onto the carriers. I've got one on the rear of my bike and also one on the front, or you can use the tire tube to strap bags and gear directly to the frame. It's simple, it's cheap, and it's easy. Alright, this looks like a good flat spot to put our tent. Now the tent I use is a two-man dome tent that I bought secondhand. Now it's not the lightest or smallest tent that you can buy, and certainly not when it comes to bikepacking, but I find that this works very well, and I've used it in many countries throughout the world, and I have actually put this tent up and down hundreds of times. I bought this tent secondhand from a thrift store, and I actually paid about $5, I think, maybe $5 to $10. It was just a really good bargain, and if you're out there looking in secondhand shops, you're likely to find something like this. A small two-person dome tent like this is just the best thing, in my opinion, for bikepacking. You'll be able to fit all of your gear in the tent and yourself, so even if it's really rainy, you'll be able to keep dry. That's really important. If you're going off into the wilderness, you must be able to provide yourself with shelter so that you can stay warm and dry. Let's have a look what's in the front bag on this bicycle. Again, it's just attached here with tire tube rubber. This is simply a black fabric shopping bag that you can get from a lot of supermarkets. It's really inexpensive, it costs about $1. This is the kind of bag that I like to use as a extra bag when I'm traveling. So in this bag, I keep first of all my sleeping bag. Now this is just a light sleeping bag. It's inexpensive. I did buy it new some years ago. It's probably about 10 years old. You can also pick up sleeping bags secondhand. It's probably only good for summer, autumn or spring, and not too good in the winter time, especially if you're somewhere really cold. The next thing I carry with me is this climate insulated mat. Now this is really worth it. You got to have something comfortable to sleep on if you're going to sleep on the ground. It's not only hard on your body to sleep straight on the ground, it can also be cold. So I take this climate insulated mat. I've had this for years. I did buy it brand new. It has really lasted. It's been around the world a couple of times and it hasn't got any holes in it. So that, I would really recommend that product. It's something that I certainly won't leave home without if I'm going bikepacking. The next thing is wet weather gear. In here I have a raincoat, and to go along with that, some wet weather pants. I also take a towel. I take this small hand towel. It's a cotton towel. It's good quality, and I prefer to take a good quality cotton hand towel instead of a microfiber towel. I just like it a bit better, and it dries pretty quickly. I carry a plastic bag. The reason for this is if it starts to rain, I just pop all my gear in that bag into the plastic bag and it keeps it nice and dry. What else have I got in here? Just some extra tire tube rubber. And I guess the only thing left to show you is my backpack. It's just a small backpack. I try not to cycle with a large backpack on my back. It's not very comfortable. And a bag this size can carry all of my personal items. A change of clothes, first aid kit, any medication you might need, a phone charger, and basically the other stuff that you're going to need if you leave home and you go out on a cycle trip. The other things I've got in here today is my toolkit. Now these are the only tools that I carry. If you want to see a video about tools, I have one. Nothing much changes for me. I carry the bike pump, the adjustable crescent, and the bike tool that has Allen keys and screwdrivers on it. And don't forget to carry a puncture repair kit. Lock is more important if you're going into the city than it is in the countryside. And in there I've got my power bank, and don't forget a good quality head torch so you don't get lost out here in the rainforest in the dark. Now you guys might want to know the cost of all this stuff. Of course, I mentioned that the bike cost me $20, including everything here. Honestly, I'm not into this more than $500, and the most expensive things are probably the sleeping mat. So this was about $80. This sleeping bag I probably cost me $100 as well. So those things were bought brand new, and that's why they're so expensive. Everything else is basically secondhand, including the pack. Of course, the tent and the bike are secondhand. I would say it comes in well under $500. And you can even make it a lot cheaper by shopping around and buying more of the stuff that I showed you secondhand. It is possible. If you want to try buying secondhand stuff yourself, check out some of my other videos. There's heaps of information here on my channel. I really appreciate you guys watching. My name's Andy, you're watching Hobocyclist, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.